All right, so if you're considering traveling to Colombia during the COVID pandemic timeframe, like I do, this is my update of what it's like as an American living in Colombia. I've been here since December. In December, I was in Medellin, and now for January, I'm in Pereira, a smaller city. And I'll just tell you some of what was involved coming from America to Colombia and what it's like with the restrictions in everyday life here. So when I came, they were not requiring a negative COVID test. They changed it. So originally they were requiring it, then they didn't require it. Now, as of January something, I forget, maybe 12th, they are requiring a negative PCR COVID test. They're also requiring something called a check MIG. It's some online form you fill out. It's your name. You don't have COVID. You don't feel sick. Whatever. A couple of questions. My airport in my airline in Florida. I left from Florida. Requested seeing that before they let me board. So you need that online document and you need proof of it. I guess they send you an email. And that was it. That was all I needed. So I bought a ticket and I filled out that form, and I didn't need the negative test, but now if you're coming, you will need it. Now on arriving, they said, why are you coming? Tourism, stamp you 90 days, it's perfectly fine, like normal. Now, everyday life regulations, it is a law here that you're supposed to wear the mask whenever you leave your home. Right now I don't have it on, I'm filming the video, but in general, I do wear it. Some people don't wear it walking around, but it is pretty rare. I think that you'd kind of stand out without it. And as a foreigner, I'm a little bit more hesitant to do that just because maybe people are a little bit more worried that I have something, you know. So I don't want to stand out, I don't want problems, so I just wear it. In the malls, in any stores, you're definitely going to have to wear it. They mentioned social distancing here, but it's really, you're not really going to observe that as much as possible, as much as you can in the United States, because things are a little bit more compact and close here, so kind of really not observing that too well. When you go into the malls, malls and stores will do the temperature check that you're not like super high with a fever, and then you hand sanitize yourself going into everywhere you go into. So at this point, my hands are dry from over sanitization of chemicals, and I wash my hands to wash off the hand sanitizer chemicals. So some of the other regulations they're doing here are something called toque de queda, which is a curfew, and pico y cédula, which is odd and even days, and you are allowed to go into the commercial malls and some big stores depending on the last digit of your ID. For Colombians, it's a cédula. For foreigners, they're a little bit confused, I guess. So my passport ends in an odd number, and my driver's license, ends in an even number. So I've used both. So I have a little hack there as a foreigner, because they're confused. They ask for a cédula, but you don't have one. The toque de queda is a curfew, and it is different in every departamento, and they're going by how much they're filled up in their hospitals. So right now I'm in Risaralda, is the department for Pereira, and it was from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. and now they just changed it from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Nearby is a small town of Salento, which is in Quindio, and I heard there it's from midnight to 4 a.m. or something like that, right? Now in Medellin it might be stricter, and I know that in Bogota, the capital, it is much stricter. So it's maybe 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. or something, and they're doing, pico y cédula will like exist longer into the future, and they're trying to do more things like that, right? And they even have lockdowns where you're not supposed to leave your house at different times. So you want to look up the department that you're going to and find the regulations for that, but it is always changing. So it is something that you need to just keep up to date with and be aware of. But yeah, the toque de queda doesn't really affect me much, the curfew, because I go to sleep pretty early and I wake up early. The pico y cédula, just a little bit of planning what day you're going to do your food shopping on or your stuff on, go on that day. I would say that despite these regulations, dating is business as usual, right? Talk to girls in the daytime, perfectly fine. Meet girls on Tinder, perfectly fine. And dates, it's normal. I mean, you know how it is. You sit down at a restaurant or a bar, you take the mask off, and you have your drink and your food. So it's pretty normal. I'm enjoying life here, and yeah, that's basically it. I can't really think of anything else. You may need to, if you're traveling from one location to another, you may need to show proof that you have a reservation of the next thing. My friend just mentioned that to me. But yeah, so that's what it's like here in general. I guess it's kind of like most places. And yeah, perfectly fine, perfectly doable. You could travel, you could do it. Just currently you need the negative COVID test, and that regulation will probably change in the future. So I check, if you Google like Colombia travel restrictions, you'll land on the U.S. Embassy site. That will be one of the top results, and those will tell you the up-to-date regulations of what's legally required or whatever. So there you go. Hope this video helps you out. And yeah, life as usual, just a couple of differences, and I love it here. See you soon.